You know those gloves he has are heated.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Pretty
They
cool.
help out a little bit.
Well, switching gears now, proposed federal changes could result in better organized flood response in the tri-states.
If the Upper Mississippi Flood Control Act becomes law, it would require the Army Corps of Engineers to submit a flood plan to Congress by 2021.
And promises to give a voice to those who have a stake in the land affected. WGEM's Frank Healy reports.
There's a lot of farm ground. There's 115,000 acres of land total. There's also homes. There's some businesses. There's parts of 2 towns and 2 railroads, interstate highway and 2 U.S. highways, all cross through this SNI.
Upper Mississippi, Illinois, and Missouri River Association, or UMIMRA, Vice Chairman Joe Keller says his family has lived in the SNI levee district for generations. He says right now the various levee and drainage districts don't work together to make sure that what one does doesn't negatively impact the other.
There is a plan on the lower Mississippi River, but there's not a plan on how to handle and convey a major flood through the upper Mississippi and Illinois River valleys.
And UMIMRA Chair Mike Klingner says this legislation will also benefit parts of cities protected like levees like this one here in Hannibal as well.
There's 140 levee districts in upper Mississippi, and none of those have been able to make significant improvements. Very few of them have been able to make improvements since the 1954 Flood Control Act.
Klingner says if the legislation became law, it would open up funding and make way for improvements to be made to all kinds of levees.
So this would allow us to make some permanent improvements instead of this push up, push down scenario that we've been dealing with.
Keller says passing legislation like this is critical for protecting communities and farmlands.
It's not me versus them. It's not the theme here. The theme is we need better flood control on the upper Mississippi and the Illinois River.
Frank Healy, WGEM News.
Klingner says they're working on getting more support for the bill from other districts along the Mississippi. He says Illinois Congressman Darren LaHood has already co-sponsored the bill, which was introduced to Congress by Missouri Congressman Blaine Luetkemeyer.